Gwinnett's line out here now. It's Gwinnett, Sawyers, and Knapsack. Shot off a skate back out into the neutral zone, and Sawyers is going to be off to the races. Sawyers has a step breakaway, tries to go 5-0, rebound. Can't tuck it in. Gwinnett will get it. Over to Knapsack. Knapsack protects the puck, curls to the middle. He's on his back, and he's hooked. No penalty on the play. Play continues here. Knapsack one-hand pass into the slot. Up to Carrero, and Carrero will backhand that back into the zone. Sawyers, 1, 2, 3 racks at it, and he's shoved into the net, and the net off its moorings as the Icemen continue to push for the second goal of this game. .126 remaining in the opening frame. Vanderham with the draw, win back to Binder. Binder will curl around the top of the slot, fire it. That's off a stick and over the net. Vanderham picks it up again, back door to Binder. Great pass by Vanderham as he went around the net right onto the stick of Binder, who tries to tuck it in on the Bombers goaltender. Great job by the tender to read that play well and stop that. Nets knocked off their moorings at each end, preventing the continuation of opportunities for both teams here. Vanderham with a clear win. Back to Ferris, and he sifts that through traffic into the crest of the goaltender. Vanderham again in, wins a clean draw. Binder around the top of the circle again. Gets a shot off, but that hits a body. He doesn't materialize, and as a result now back the other way, 2-on-1. Great job by Ferris to intercept that. Another shot just grazed the post on the short side. The Bombers now trying to counter here. Pass right into the slot on the backhand. Jordan able to stop that, but inadvertently the puck back out in front. The Bombers are able to get it short side on Jordan. We're all tied at 1 with 45 seconds remaining in this opening period. So the Bombers able to get a little bit of zone time. Center the puck a few times, and on the second or third attempt, able to get it past Jordan to knot things at 1. Romulus picks off that exit pass out of the zone, sends it back deep. Porosny loses his footing, goes down awkwardly in the corner. Slow to get up. Shot blocked by Romulus. Great job to get in the shooting lane there as Baines picks it up. 22 seconds left in the opening frame. Porosny over to Weeks. That's intercepted as the Icemen look to score again here before the end of the first period. Great opportunity and great job by Baines to free Porosny up the middle as he was slow to get up after losing his footing in the corner, and as a result was behind the Glancaster Bombers defenseman. 10 seconds remaining in this opening period. Face-off won by Gwinnett. Smith sends that through traffic to the opposite corner. Centering pass is picked off and sent down the length of the ice. So as time expires in the first period, it's your SE701 Icemen and the Glancaster Bombers tied at 1 apiece. So as mentioned also in the previous game, there are no floods during this tournament, so players have to be cognizant of the changing ice surface and the snow buildup once the second and third periods are well underway. Second period again will be 10 minutes of stop time. Some good opportunities in the first period for your Icemen, who look to go up 2-0 and then look to counter right before the end of the first and go back ahead. The Glancaster Bombers defense or a goaltender has been sharp through this game. So your Icemen will be going right to left. They're wearing their Utah Mammoth themed jerseys again, their third jerseys. Glancaster Bombers and Winnipeg Jets themed jerseys. Puck dumped into the Iceman zone. Carrier back to pick it up. He's hounded on his backhand. Curl back to his forehand. Survey the options. Kick it up to the wall. That's chipped up and out by Naps. A great job to get it out. And Sawyers will drive wide. Beats one. Sends it at the net. And quick whistle by the official as Gwinnett went right to the net looking for the rebound. Sawyers with the first shot on net. It was right in front of the tender, not covered, and Sawyers tried to kick it up with his skate to his stick again to get it in. Face-off won by the Bombers, but stripped by Knapsack. He'll dump it into the corner. Gwinnett chips it to Sawyers. Sawyers tries to center that. That's back out into the neutral zone, and Carrier will have to hurry up. He'll gain center. Carrier brings it in. Pushed into the corner. Good job by Carrier to gain the zone. Dumped into the near boards. In the Bombers' end. Sawyers tries to come out with it. That's rimmed around to the opposite side. Carrero pinches, can't keep it in, and the Bombers off to the races here. Right through the shot, right through the blue paint as Knapsack hard back to help out his defenseman, and that puck trickled right through the blue paint. Long line change here for both teams this period. Let's see if that becomes a factor as the Bombers chip it in, and as I say that, they'll go for a line change to get bodies changed, but the Icemen will have to do the same. Hinder looking back for that. Puck gets bodied outside the Bombers' blue line. That could have been a lot worse. As he was looking back to accept that pass. And a shot from a sharp angle off a Bombers forward grazes Jordan and will go up into the netting for a whistle. .806 remaining in this second period. Still tied at 1. Vanderham in to take the draw. Bombers win it. That's sent through a sea of bodies. Held along the wall. The Bombers bring it out. Trying to get free. It's kicked back to the point. Sent through. Tipped on its way. And Jordan is able to steer that aside. Vanderham drives it up and out. Giamaroli gains center. Kicks it to the outside of Vanderham, who drops the shoulder right to the net. And he's held off. And as a result, the net comes off its moorings again. Good job by Giamaroli to kick the puck to the outside to a streaking Vanderham, who drove wide with speed. So face-off will be in the Bombers' end. Face-off one forward by Vanderham. He'll send that right through the blue paint. Foot pinches down, keeps it in. Giamaroli with a shot off the mask of the keeper. Rebound right there to be had. Giamaroli's stick is held, unable to play the puck. It's kept in by Foot. Foot will send that right back in on the goaltender, who will smartly hold it and get a line change for both teams. Good shift there by the Icemen. Good zone time. Just looking to capitalize and get another rebound and get it past the Bombers' goaltender. Weeks wins that to the wall. Baines to Weeks, back to Baines. That's kept in by Homulus. Homulus fires it. That hits the body, doesn't make it to the net. Smith chips the puck off his man. Centering pass. Weeks comes back to help out, and a sharp angled shot right on Jordan, who have to be sharp there. And we're going to get a penalty upcoming to the Iceman. I believe it's going to be high sticking. Correction, it is a hooking penalty. will be coming to the Icemen, so the Bombers will be on the power play. Our first infraction of the game. The penalty going to Weeks. Being assessed to Weeks for hooking. First penalty of this second game of the day for your Icemen as Bender in to take the draw. He's out here to start the penalty kill with Giamaroli. Bender away from traffic. He's trying to get in. That's knocked off his stick at the Bombers' blue line. Bombers have to retreat back in their own end. Kicked to the near side. Brennan will gain entry for the Bombers. He'll send it to the slot. Misfired by a Bombers player. He'll pick it up. Possession still by the Bombers. Back to the point, to the half wall. Homulus and Smith out here on the penalty kill. Fired right in on Giordano. Hold on. As he briefly glanced behind him, having to squeeze the pads, and Coach Ferris gets in the first line change on the penalty kill unit with 40 seconds gone in the minor to Weeks for hooking. 6:05 remaining in the second period. We're knotted at one here as the Bombers looking to capitalize on the first power play of the game. Sent right through the slot. That's misfired by the Bombers. Bombers slowing things down here, trying to get the shot they want. Worked from east to west up to the top. Right on Jordan. Creates a rebound. Puck is loose. Kicked into the corner by Jordan. And then off the post and below the goal line. Centering pass again. Tries to go short side. And Jordan dives across to the other side to stuff the wraparound. The Bombers looking to capitalize here, but Icemen trapped in their own zone. That one zips off the crossbar and out and will come out over the blue line. Your Icemen dodging a bullet there by the Bombers defenseman who wrung that off the crossbar. 18 seconds left in the penalty kill. Sent right on net, as I believe the net is ajar again. So at least 3 times here in the game, the net has become ajar and has to be reaffixed. So Weeks waiting to come out of the penalty box. 13 seconds remaining in the minor for hooking. Face off to the left of Jordan. 4:58 remaining in this second period. Ferris fires it up to the point. That doesn't get out, and that's sent right back in on Jordan. Will steer it into the opposite corner with his blocker. Weeks out of the penalty box. We're back to 5-on-5. Your Icemen have killed it off, and that's sent from the half wall right in on Jordan. He's able to hold on for a whistle. So your Icemen looking to gain some momentum off of a solid penalty kill. Weeks wins the draw back to Ferris. That's around the boards to Baines. Baines picks it up, tries to drive out of the zone, and will kick it to Weeks. Weeks up to Baines. Baines eludes a check. It's a 2-on-1. Baines hooked from behind. Stick lift prevented that as Jorah Baines was looking to release that shot. And a quick up to Spectander of the Bombers, and they're wondering why the play was called as an icing, and as a result, the face-off will be at center ice. Back to 5-on-5 play here with 4:15 remaining in the second period as Weeks brings it in. Fires it right into the glove of the Glancaster goaltender, who will hold on for a whistle. So we see Weeks, Perosny, and Baines with Foot and Ferris as your Icemen gain possession. That one, Baines sends the puck into the slot. It bounced off the Bombers defenseman, and goaltender had to be sharp as it came right in on net. Foot chases that down. He'll chip it to the wall, but not out. Weeks back to pick it up. He'll rim it around off the glass. Baines to the other side to pick it up. Tries to give that to Foot. Foot will rim it back around. The Icemen trying to get out of their zone now. Looking for outlet options. That outlet pass doesn't hit Weeks, and the Bombers will regroup on their own end. Icemen will have to look for a line change here. And as I say that, 4 out of 5 come off on the line change. Kept in, fired to the opposite corner. Baines will pick it up. He's the last one here remaining from that last line change. Baines to the middle. Tries to center that. Pushed off the puck, gives it to Vanderham. Vanderham back to Baines. Baines tries to drag it to the middle. That's intercepted and just lobbed back out of the neutral zone, and Homulus will have to retreat. Homulus evades his man with the net. Kick it up to Binder. Binder pushed off the puck. Smith will pick it up. Gives it to Binder. Binder tries to get it over to Homulus. Homulus up to Vanderham. Nothing materializes off of that, but Vanderham drives wide. Tries to center that. He's bodied into the end boards, but Binder will come in and pick up the puck. Back to Smith. Smith will fire that. That doesn't get to the cage. And Smith will try to force his man off the puck. He drives wide. Nothing materializes of that, but that rim around the boards came off the end dashers almost into the slot. Vanderham fires it low. Off to the other side. Smith holds that puck in momentarily, but up into the neutral zone where Carrier will send it back in. So 2:06 remaining in the second period, and both teams now trading opportunities, but at the same time playing a cautious game in a 1-1 tie. This time Binder chips it up to Vanderham. Vanderham still out here, has a step on his man, kicks it back to Giamaroli. Giamaroli tries to lob that to the net. Binder around his man. Can't get it, but Carrier will pick it up. Looks, fires from a sharp angle. That hits a body. Great shot to get to the middle, and Bombers player out back on a 1-on-2. That shot is fired as Carrell forced his man to shoot. Sawyer's back in, 1-on-3. Sawyer's just misses upstairs on the glove side. Great shot there. Gwinnett centers it. Puck is loose in the slot. They jam away at it. And the puck is in. It's either going to be Sawyers or Gwinnett. See, it's Perosny. Correction, it's Sawyers. So Sawyer's able to get that puck to the front of the net and just squeezes through the wickets of the Bombers' tender. So your Icemen pressing here on numerous shifts in the second period, finally able to solve the Bombers' goaltender again to regain the 1-goal lead. Bombers will look to tie this up before the end of the second. Bombers driving into the Iceman zone, centered, and Jourdain got to be sharp still. Possession by the Bombers, who look to try to center it in the slot. That one back up to the point. Smartly shoveled back down low as the Bombers look to create something. Carrier will jam it up the wall to Sawyer. Sawyer's up to Gwinnett. He tries to chip it around his man. That doesn't work. Good job by Carrier to give it up to Gwinnett. Gwinnett fires it up. That's fought off by the blocker of the Bombers goaltender into the opposite corner. Knapczyk hammered along the half wall, but right back up into the play, and he gets the puck back, trying to get to the front of that, and he's hauled down as the puck right into the Bombers goaltender's glove as Knapczyk dove, trying to get a piece of it with his stick. So your Icemen looking for more here in the second period off a turnover. Knapczyk hit hard on the far side, but right back to his feet and almost in all alone to extend the lead. A penalty assessed to the Bombers, so your Icemen will be on the power play. Bombers centerman now waved out of the draw. Your Icemen on their first power play of the game. Ferris got a hustle back to get the puck. He'll kick it over to Baines. Baines to Perosny. Perosny corrals that puck. Gain the zone. Kick it to Vanderham. Vanderham curls back along the half wall. Up to the top. Over to Ferris. Ferris at the blue line to Baines. Now your Icemen have it set up. Shot by Baines will sizzle just past the top right corner, missing its mark. But after 2 periods of play, it's your Sierra Icemen 2 and the Glancaster Bombers 1. .138 remaining in the penalty and subsequent power play for your Icemen to start the third period. This third period, as mentioned, 15 minutes of stop time. So to start the third period, we will have Weeks, Vanderham, Baines, Perosny, and Ferris. So your Icemen will be going from left to right again in this third and final period. A tight contest thus far. 1 goal slight lead for your Icemen at this time, who are on the power play to start this third period. Discussion with the officials at the Bombers bench with the coaching staff. Just getting some clarification. Weeks in to take the draw. Face-off won by Weeks. He wins it forward. He'll gain the zone. Vanderham going to the net. Weeks tries to go short side upstairs. That's stopped by the Bombers keeper, but again, the net is off its moorings. Fourth time the net, or a net, has come off its moorings in this game. You see that at some of the arenas with the old pegs. Face off to the right of the Glancaster net, won by Weeks. Baines to Weeks. Weeks surveys from the top. He'll kick it down to the half wall. That's off the stick of Perosny. Weeks comes back to help out Perosny, gathers it up. Baines looks, works over to Weeks. Weeks with some time, fires it. That's off the blocker. The Bombers goalie kept in by Baines, barely at the blue line. Shot through traffic. Vanderham screaming, and Baines puts it up over the shoulder of the Bombers goaltender. Your Icemen score on the power play to extend the lead by 2. Baines playing with fire there, keeping the puck in right on the blue line. That's offside. They don't get that opportunity, but Baines patient to keep the puck in and then just send it through traffic. Vanderham screening in front, and Baines just sent it on net, back across the green, up over the shoulder of the Bombers goaltender. Icing called here, so the faceoff will be back in the Icemen zone, won by the Bombers. Fired through traffic. Jordan kicks out the right pad to stop that. Sawyers tries to spring Gwinnett. That's kept in. Gwinnett with the puck. Kick it to the near side to Sawyers. Sawyers chips and chases. He'll go to track it down. Centering pass off a skate and into the opposite corner as he tried to find Gwinnett in tight. Romulus pinches down momentarily. He'll release. Romulus tries to chip that down, but The Bombers try to get something going. Smith just buries this man who got the puck right at the near face-off circle. Icemen now send the puck in, get in a line change, and Bombers goaltender turns the puck over to Knapczyk. He rimmed it around the boards. Icemen looking for more here. Have to be careful not to give anything up to this Bombers team. Good shot by Foot right on net. And the Bombers tender will hold on with Knapczyk. Looking over the tender for a rebound. Still lots of time left in this third period. 13-15 remains. Your Icemen now up 3-1 as the face-off won by Vanderham. Kept in by Foot. Foot will drive down the wall. He's stripped to the puck, Giamaroli. And Vanderham will keep it in. Vanderham back to Bender. Tries to send it back to Giamaroli. Coming in off the near wall. The Bombers able to strip the puck. Can't get it out. Ferris unable to keep the puck in. Possible opportunity by the Bombers. Ferris, good job to get back in position to force a turnover and get it back out of the neutral zone. The Bombers will have to regroup. Bender waits to tag up. Can't gain the zone, and the Icemen just have to ensure not to give any opportunities. This Bombers team now trailing by 2. Vanderham right through to Giamaroli. Great job just to send it back to the net. Giamaroli was right there. Bombers gain the zone. Centering pass off the stick of Foot will travel up and out of the zone, and the Bombers will have to tag up. Giamaroli squeezed off the puck at the Bombers' blue line. Carrero tries to move the puck up. It's almost a breakaway for the Bombers as Vanderham came back and broke that up. So an opportunity for the Bombers there. As mentioned, just want to play simple hockey now and not give the Bombers any opportunity to get back in this hockey game. You do not want to be gambling at this time of the game. Up by 2. Carrier protects the puck. He'll curl back onto his forehand. Rim it around the boards to Carrero. Carrero, good job to move it up to the wall. To Perosny, that's intercepted by a Bombers player. Centering pass doesn't work, but he'll work it across the other side. Another shot right into the slot. Sent right back into the opposite corner, and the Icemen up to the blue line, but not out. Now the Bombers looking to counter here. Down by 2, but pressing to squeeze the lead to 1. Baines will pick it up. He has Perosny with him. Baines, toe drag, brings it to the goal line. He'll pick it up again. Sends it right back to Weeks. And a quick shot off the stick of Weeks. Doesn't dust it off at all. And that upstairs over the glove of the Bombers goaltender to extend the lead to 3. Great pass by Baines right into the wheelhouse of Weeks. And he didn't dust that off at all. Face-off won by the Bombers. They'll chip and chase into their end. Good job. Work it up and out. Gwinnett dodges the check. He's in all alone. Stripped from behind on the puck, but great job to get Gwinnett free as he dodged a check just outside the blue line. That errant pass by the Bombers hits the body. Subsequently, the Bombers will send it in deep as Homulus back to pick it up. Outlet pass picked off. Sawyers up to Knapczyk. Knapczyk dodges his man. No penalty on the play as he evaded that check. Up and out. Picked off by Homulus, and he'll send that one hopper back in on the Bombers tender. As both teams now getting in line changes. Exactly 10 minutes remaining in the third period. Your Icemen up 3-1. Looking to prevent the Bombers from having any offensive opportunities in this third period to get back in this hockey game. Knapczyk at the end of his shift will gain center and send it in. And that hits the Bombers goaltender's glove and ends up on the top of the net. And then bounces off the other side. That one from center ice by Knapczyk at the end of a line change. almost eluded the Bombers goaltender on the glove side. Jammed up the wall and out. Ferris will send it right back in, and it's waved down on, I believe it is a high stick, so the face-off will come back in front of the Icemen bench. 9:14 remaining in the third period. Your Icemen leading this second game of the day 4-1 as Vanderham sends it in. We expect to see the Icemen just continuing to put the puck in deep and not provide any turnovers for the Bombers in the neutral zone to allow them to counter off the rush. Kick back to the point, shot, and that's blocked by Ferris. Rimmed around the corner, Ferris will pick it up. The Icemen have to be aware of the snow buildup on the ice as well, as Giamaroli will send that into the Bombers zone. Vanderham in, stripped of the puck, 1-on-3 there, but Baines comes in to help out. That's off the skate of the officials and is sent back down the ice and will be called on the icing. Face-off will be back in the Bombers' end. Weeks in to take the face-off. Weeks, clean draw in, back to Carrier. Carrier fires that off the forward out to block that shot. And Carrier then sends it back in. The Icemen have to regroup at the blue line on the delayed offside. Possible 2-on-1 developing, toe drag around the Iceman defenseman had a great shot inside the post, low. The Bombers cut the lead to 2. So your Iceman will have to bear down here with 8:02 remaining in the third period. As the Glancaster Bombers look to gain momentum off that second goal. Great individual effort by the Bombers forward to evade the defenseman and get that shot away quick. Smith pushes man to the outside, centering pass picked off by Weeks. He'll move it over to Porozny, picked off, kept in momentarily. Romulus moves that up, trying to hit Porozny. That's right in on the Bombers goaltender, who will hold on for a whistle as Porozny creeps right to the crease. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this third and final period. Your Icemen leading by 2 goals. The face-off deep in the Bombers zone. Chipped up the wall, but not out. Romulus will keep it in. Weeks in there to help out. Romulus brings it off the wall. Smith shovels that down low. Baines again tries to center that, looking for Porozny. Weeks then sends it through, looking for Porozny. Pass through the neutral zone. Romulus back to pick it up. Chip it off the boards to Weeks. He'll get it out over the blue line. Baines will send it to the outside to Porozny. Porozny stops up. Baines picks up the puck. Centering pass goes off the skate. Weeks will pick it up and hold it down low. Again, the Icemen are looking for more here, holding the puck down low in the zone. That outlet pass picked off by Weeks high in the zone is kept in. Ferris keeps it in, waits for his teammates to tag up, and then he sends it right back in on the Bombers goaltender. Icemen do not want to be too aggressive in pinching at this time with a 2-goal lead. As I say that, Ferris keeps the puck in. That's in it. Then sent all the way down the ice. Icing waved off his foot with a quick up to Gwinnett. He'll get his stick on it to wave off the icing. Bombers player right out in front of the net. Almost turned it over. That puck is up out of the zone, and Icemen have to tag up as Sawyers evades a check. Gwinnett in to support him. Back to Sawyers. Sawyers curls, throws it to the net right into the slot. And it's cleared out of harm's way by a Bombers defenseman down the ice for an icing. 6 minutes exactly remaining in this third period. 4-2 lead for your Icemen as the line of Gwinnett, Knapsick, and Sawyer's now out. That puck cleared all the way down. Icing waved off as I believe the defenseman not aggressive getting back, so the Bombers will pick up the puck. The icing was waved off. That pass back to the point doesn't work, and the Bombers will have to pick it back up in their own end. DDD pass by the Bombers. Tries to go across the ice. Knapsick gets a piece of it. The Bombers will gain entry. Slow up. Try to move it back through. Pass. Centering pass. Handcuffs the Bombers forward on the back end. Gwinnett will pick it up. Kicks it to the near side to Sawyers. Sawyers will rim that around the boards. Sawyers will go for a line change as Binder is out here now. Gwinnett at the end of his line change, and a puck quick up the middle, up the gut as the Bombers forward driving to the net, and Jordan had to be sharp to keep that out as Bombers forward got a step on the Iceman defenseman. Carrier sends it around to Carrero. Carrero to Binder. Up to Giamaroli. He'll exit the zone cleanly. And Gwinnett finally able to get off the ice in for a line change as he lobs that in to the Bombers' end. Puck up to the blue line, but not out. Binder picked off by Carrero. Over to Binder. He'll rim it around, back down low. Vanderham helping out as Giamaroli has the puck pinned down deep in the Bombers' zone, killing off time. Vanderham dislodges the puck. Binder will kick it back down to Vanderham. Binder to the half wall. Comes out. This puck's got to go deep. Scramble for the puck, and it's a breakaway by the Bombers. Forehand backhand, and it's a goal for the Bombers. So there, a turnover inside the Bombers' blue line results in a breakaway for Glancaster, and they're back within one. This game far from over with 4:08 remaining in this third period as the Bombers have now scored 2 straight to get back within one. Weeks, Perosny, and Baines back out here with Homulus and Smith, the defensive pairing. Centering pass broken up by the skates of Homulus, and Baines will giddy up out of the zone. Baines brings it in. That's waved just on the offside, I believe, on the zone entry. .353 remaining in this third period. And a penalty assessed to the Bombers will put your Icemen back on the power play. Face-off won by Weeks. Weeks tries to center that to Perosny. Vanderham back to Ferris. Ferris at the top, kicks it to the half wall on the near side to Vanderham. Vanderham to the top to Baines. Baines looks, fires! Good blocker save by the Bombers goaltender to see that through traffic. Weeks to Perosny. Perosny back to the top. Looks, drops it for Baines, curling around the top. Back door looking for Ferris. Great job to set that play up. Perosny retrieves the puck. He'll move it back up to Weeks. Weeks through traffic, right in. That's blocked by a Bombers defenseman, kept in the zone momentarily and then fired down the length of the ice. So the Bombers able to get in a full penalty kill line change. 1:02 remaining halfway through this power play for the Icemen. Chipped up by Baines to Vanderham. He'll get zone entry. Kick it to Weeks. Weeks will slow things down as the Icemen get set up. Back up to Baines. Baines to Vanderham. He'll patrol the blue line. Fired it. Looking for the rebound is Gwinnett right in front. And the Bombers now chip it out shorthanded. Vanderham gives chase, forcing his man off the puck. Retrieves it. Quick up to Gwinnett. Gwinnett on the zone entry. Drops it for Baines. Baines cuts. He's hooked from behind. Shot. Hits the shoulder of the Bombers goaltender. Looking to capitalize as the penalty is about to expire. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Weeks back to the point to Baines. Baines through traffic, hits the goaltender's stick and deflects into the opposite corner again. Baines fires again, rebound. Weeks misses that. That goes up into the netting, I believe, but play continues. Gwinnett, short side, tried to sift it through to Weeks. It's kept in again. Homulus sends it up back in. Baines will pick it up. The Iceman looking to capitalize, and again another shot fought off by the Bombers goaltender, who has been sharp throughout this game, and that's up out of play for a whistle. The Iceman throwing 7 or 8 shots at the keeper during this power play, unable to score, and the Bombers goaltender holding his team in it through a full 2-minute penalty kill. Glancaster looking to capitalize after killing off the penalty. Into the zone. Glancaster's going to have to tag up here. Puck up and out into the neutral zone, but Glancaster retrieves it. Binder strips his man of the puck. Binder tries to center that to Giamaroli. Kept in by Smith. Smith fires it on net. That doesn't make its way through. Just over a minute remaining in the third period. A 1-goal lead for your Icemen. Glancaster looking to capitalize and tie things up. 1 minute remaining in this third period now as Homulus pushes his man off the puck. Vanderham back. And we will have a penalty on the play as the official is going to give a hooking penalty to Smith. So Glancaster, who I thought was about to pull the goalie, will now be on the power play for the remainder of the third period. We'll see who Coach Ferris puts out on the ice here as Glancaster will go 6-on-4. Weeks, Gwinnett, Ferris, and Foote out for the penalty kill. 6-on-4. Puck won back by Weeks. Back to the point. Ferris up to the blue line, but not out. Shot, good stop by Jordan. And the whistle blown down on a hand pass will put the face-off outside the Iceman zone. Glorious opportunity for the Bombers. Great stop by Jordan with a left pad. Holds the lead at 1, but the Bombers pressing 6-on-4 with a man advantage and the goalie pulled. As Gwinnett is away, off to the races, and into the empty net. Short-handed goal will regain the 2-goal lead for your Icemen with the insurance goal. 33 seconds remaining in the third period. As the coaching staff for the Bombers a little upset about the call on the hand pass, which put the face-off outside the Iceman zone when the Bombers were so close to tying things up here in the third period. Foote will fire that down the length of the ice. And then the linesman blows the whistle on the icing on the penalty kill, but as a result, the faceoff will be at center ice. 29 seconds remaining in the third period. Your Icemen up 5-3. Gwinnett stripped to the puck. Ferris will send it down the length of the ice. 21 seconds remaining. Ferris, Gwinnett, Foote, and Weeks out here to kill the remainder of this penalty. Weeks able to force a turnover. He'll chip it back into the Bombers zone. Gwinnett will pick it up. Tries to get through his man. Weeks chips it to the wall. And as time expires, your Icemen will take the second game of the day, 5-3, with an empty netter over the Glancaster Bombers. So much like today's first game, 6-4 win over the Upper York Admirals with an empty netter. Your Icemen get an empty netter to prevent the Bombers from tying things up on the power play with the goalie pulled for the 6-4 advantage. But Gwinnett able to secure the win with an empty netter. So your Icemen win both games of the day, and we'll be back in action tomorrow. Your Icemen back in action against the Haldeman River Kings at 11:30 tomorrow morning from the same East Gwillimbury Sports Complex, the West Arena. We hope you'll join us tomorrow morning. Thank you very much for tuning in.